We've recently partnered with Airbnb because they've seen tremendous success for hosts of unique stays like tiny houses. I'll be visiting Airbnb hosts like Donna, who you're about to meet, to visit the wonderful spaces they've created and learn from the hosts who brought them to life. Going back to work after having kids can be really difficult. And today we're about to meet a young mother who, instead of going back to the office, started her own business by transforming an idyllic corner of a farm into a magical glamping getaway. Hi Donna, how are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you, and what an incredible place you've got here.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, A little slice of New Zealand. Yeah.
It sure is, right in the foothills of the mountain and right beside this lovely river.
Yeah, we couldn't have picked a better spot.
You certainly couldn't have.
Yeah.
And it's a really great setup that you've got here. You've got the bell tent over here and then the ablution block next to it.
Yeah, it's been really cool. And having this size tent, we needed to make something that was enough to make you feel like you're in a bedroom that's not small and quaint like a tiny little tent when you would go camping, yeah.
Yeah, so what size is the tent?
It's a 5-metre deluxe tent.
Yeah, great. And this all looks very familiar with the deck setup and the way that the tent's put up.
Yes, we had a little chuckle. We stalked you on Google and we followed exactly what you did, and it's amazing. It's the best design ever, so thank you for that.
My pleasure. And I mean, one of the things about glamping is it really is just such a wonderful way to create accommodation while at the same time allowing guests to really experience the best that nature has to offer.
Yeah, definitely. We just tried to provide everything that you need and nothing that you don't. So when we built this place, we really were mindful of today's living. Like, it's all high stress. Both parents, most of them are working now. And then you've got on top of that today's lifestyle, the social media, the expectation of living a certain lifestyle. And I wanted to create a place that it doesn't matter. You come out, you unplug, you forget about that stuff, and you reconnect and talk to each other again and remember why you got married and why you had kids and recharge to go and do all of that again.
So what was it that first inspired you to create this Airbnb glamping setup?
Well, we got into that phase where I've got 2 little kids and I needed to get back into work, and the normal 8 to 5 just wasn't going to work with after school care and daycare and things like that. So we just did some brainstorming about what we could do that would involve those hours that we could have control over.
And you've got the perfect spot for it here as well, don't you?
Yeah, we had heaps of fun searching all the farms to find the perfect spot, and yeah, we just keep coming back to this place.
Yeah. So this is your farm?
Yeah, this is my parents' farm.
New Zealand just has all of this really incredible landscape, and of course there's so much farmland, so how wonderful to be able to just open up a little corner and share it with people.
Yeah, we never realised how lucky we were until we lived overseas and came back. And we just wanted to share it with people that just never get a chance to come onto a farm and experience having all this nature around you again.
Absolutely. Could you tell me a little bit about the design of this place? And when you set out to create a really special retreat for people to come and stay, what did you really want to create here?
So we just tried to create, obviously, the outdoor spaces where you can just relax, light a fire, hear the river. You can just sit down on the steps, and we've just got a few deck chairs, bean bags and things like that where you can just sit down and just be consumed by it. Yeah.
Just unplug and enjoy the surrounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Love what you've done down there with the fire pit and the old boat.
Yeah, so for the boat, we actually went to Auckland to get that, and the guy thought we were actually going to restore it lovingly, but we actually chopped it up and actually made a cute little love seat out of the back end of it. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. And it has been lovingly restored just as a seat instead of a boat.
It's probably going to get more use as it is than it would have as a boat.
You're probably right.
I feel quite good about it.
Absolutely. Nice to see the bathtub there as well.
Yeah, that one was actually rescued out of one of the old farmhouses, and it was destined for the dump, and we were like, no, we want it. So, and we restored it and it looks great. And
really beautiful copper tap work as well.
Yeah, we designed it on purpose actually. We wanted to go for a sort of a rustic farm feel, and we didn't want things that are bright and shiny, and yeah, you're on the farm, things get dirty, so we wanted to give that feeling to the block.
Fantastic. Well, it really is such a magical space that you've created here, and I'm very excited to see what you've done inside the tent. Can we check that out?
Of course we can, come on in.
Great, after you. Oh, this is just lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
You must have had so much fun creating this space.
Yes, it was a really cool project. It was just so nice finding things that were calming and serene to get that really relaxing feel.
Yeah. And can you tell me a little bit about the kind of style that you wanted to incorporate in this place?
I just kind of went for what I liked, really, and I just wanted it to be simple and not too busy and functional. Yeah.
And it's quite funny because it's sort of like you've got this bell tent here in the middle of a paddock, and yet the interior fit out sort of feels very much like a modern apartment to me.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going for. Without the glamorous part of it, you were just camping, so I had to make sure we're getting the glamour part into the glamping.
Lovely to see the fireplace there. That's very important, isn't it?
Yes, that's little Albie the albino fire. He's crucial in winter, but he's small, but he puts out the heat. Yeah.
So this is a year-round glamping operation then?
It is. Originally it wasn't going to be, but we never figured it was going to be so popular, so we just carried it through. So we put in a wee table and chairs that were nice and compact for those rainy winter days when you want to have a nice luncheon by the fire. And then we have our bed. My husband actually made the base, and he actually let me into the workshop, and I got to create the headboard. So that was really fun.
That's
putting
gorgeous.
Something that we can put our own stamp on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was really fun to make actually too. So my husband was sort of waiting for me to get out, but not getting too comfortable in the workshop, but yeah.
Well, looks great. Well done.
Thank you.
Storage chest there as well?
Yes, we've got our winter blankets, hot water bottles and books and games and things like that to keep you entertained.
Nice. And lovely to see all of these candles and everything around as well. This must just be so cozy at night.
Yeah, when you get all the candles going, it's really romantic.
I bet. Well, I love what you've done in here, and I'm super excited to check out the ablution block. Can we go have a look at that?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. Now this is really cool. And in this room you can see this farm theme is really coming into its own, isn't it?
Yeah, we knew we had to give it some personality to make it stand out and make it welcoming.
And I really love what you've done here with these stools.
Yeah, we got these saddles all the way from Hastings, and then we lovingly popped them on some seats.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
And obviously all of the essentials in here?
Yes, yeah, again, everything you need, nothing you don't. So we made sure to put in some gas hobs for those cup of teas and days when it's raining and things you don't want to be outside. A little wee fridge so that you can keep all your necessities cold.
Very nice. And now everything here is solar powered, isn't it?
Yes, yep, we've got a little wee solar power tucked in here, and that's enough to run this little unit, and we've also got some electric blankets on the bed.
And I love how you've used all of the cattle tags as handles too.
Yeah, we really wanted to inject some personality into the block, and we made sure everything means something. So all the tags are our birthdays, all the horseshoes that we've used around the place is from a friend, macrocarpa from the old sheds on the farm, and we got to use all them, and yeah, we just tried our hardest to make it all mean something.
It is so important, isn't it? And I think you've done such a good job with all of these little touches throughout the place.
Yeah.
And then next door to us here we've got the bathroom block.
Yeah.
Can we take a look at that?
Sure.
Great. Again, this is just really nice. The attention to detail and the commitment to the theme that's carried through in here is really impressive, isn't it?
Yeah. Everyone got really annoyed with me actually because I was just trolling around all the farm sheds just picking up, do you need this? Do you need this? I can make a lure hold out of this. So, yeah.
What you've done here with this vanity is especially gorgeous with that incredible bit of timber, the galvanized bucket, and then again that brilliant copperwork.
Yeah, so this macrocarpa actually came from a tree that fell over on the farm just up in the other paddock, and my husband, being a joiner, pulled out the catalogue for sinks. I was just like, no. So off to Mitre 10 I went and got myself a bucket, and it works perfectly.
And I love what you've done with the antlers there as well.
Yeah, these took a bit of sourcing actually, because we've actually got hunters in the family, but of course when I wanted them no one had any. But yeah, we got them and they're great, they fit perfectly.
And how are you managing the water and then the water heating here?
We get the water off the farm supply, and then I have a water filtration system outside and a gas infinity for the hot water.
Brilliant. And it's great to see the composting toilet there too.
That was the best option that we had for out here being so remote, and it was the best option also for having the most low impact on the site.
Absolutely. This definitely does all come together and create a really wonderful companion to the tent, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and that was the whole idea of it, is to bring it all together.
So how long have you been running the place here?
We opened in February 2020.
What a funny time to start a B&B.
Yeah, it was pretty scary, but it was fine, yeah.
Yeah. And how have you been finding the experience of actually being an Airbnb host?
It's been a massive learning curve actually. Like from my first guest, I remember staying up till 11:30 at night, checking my phone every 10 minutes, and I was up at 6 a.m. checking my phone because I was just so nervous that something was going to go wrong. And now, I mean, it's contactless check-in. Now people just come and go and I don't even see them. And it's just been amazing.
And what would you say that you most enjoy about being a host?
I love all the feedback. I love that people have these really neat moments and actually do have that time where they're reconnecting. And when people just get it, when they get what we've tried to do here. Being an Airbnb host is pretty cool. I can't really compare it to any other jobs that I've had because it's so rewarding. I know I'm part of something, but I sort of had control of my end and they have control of the part that I don't want to deal with. So basically Airbnb make the business side of it really easy, and it gives me the time to focus on being a host and give the all to my guests.
And you have put so much effort and thought and attention to detail into creating a space which is really unique. Can you tell me a little bit about the cost that was involved in setting all this up?
So all up, we're looking about 25,000, but that's from the digger work, building the tracks in, and the ablution block, mainly all the materials, because my poor husband donated all of his hours into actually building it and putting it all together.
And obviously this is a space which you have created as a business for yourself. How's that working out?
Yeah, it's done really well. We were able to actually pay this off in 6 months, where we'd calculated when we started that it was going to take us 18 months. So the support has just been amazing. So this has ended up being the best choice that we could have made for our family. We looked at me going back to work 8 to 5 in the normal workplace, and between daycare fees and after school programs, it just wasn't financially worth it. So this gives me actually the flexibility to still be mum that's there at the gate to pick up the kids, and I still get to contribute financially to the family. And it gives me a sense of pride too, like I'm actually doing something for me as well.
Well, Donna, this really is such a special place that you've created here. I love all of the attention to detail and all of the work that you've poured into making this a really special place for people to come and stay. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Thank you for coming out and experiencing it.
My pleasure.
Cheers.
What Donna has created here really is incredible. As a retreat, this is such a wonderful space for people to come and escape all of the pressures of the modern world. And as a business, this is something which enables Donna to take care of the needs of her family while at the same time being there for her family. And that really is very special. I want to say a massive thank you to Airbnb for sponsoring this video and helping to make what we do possible. Over the years, we've had the pleasure of staying at some really incredible Airbnb properties, where we've met some really amazing hosts who are dedicated to making our stay something really special. I think Donna's story is a really wonderful example of what can be accomplished with Airbnb. She has this wonderful little corner of her farm which she's now able to share with guests from all over the world. It's providing her amazing experiences, amazing connections with people, the opportunity to create this unique and wonderful getaway, and more than all of that, it gives her the ability to create a business that works for her and her lifestyle. If you think that being an Airbnb host is something that you might be interested in, you can find out more by clicking the link in the description of this video.